Good evening and welcome. It's the final day of campaigning in what has easily been one of the most aggressive election campaigns in recent memory. I've covered a lot of elections. I can't remember, for one thing, a single election that has had the tone and tenor of this one. At the stroke of 5 p.m, campaigning comes to an end. All the bad blood, hopefully, can no longer be at the surface. We're coming to you live from the beautiful city of Bengaluru's Cubbon Park Bandstand, the beautiful garden city in a place which reminds you of the splendor this city still has. As Karnataka heads into elections, 2 days to go, once again on the final day of campaigning, it was Modi and Rahul slugging it out.
This is a fight between the spirit of Karnataka and the RSS.
And you don't want to miss our special report coming up at 5:30. Karnataka's gold to dust. The Kolar gold fields, once world famous everywhere for the gold they produced for India, putting India on the gold map internationally, is now a story of shocking despair. I went down there with video journalist Shivamurthy to get you a special report you do not want to miss. If you live in Karnataka or anywhere else in India, this is a story you need to watch. Is there any gold left in Kolar, or is it hopelessness all the way? It's very, very easy to forget that this was once a flourishing gold-producing part of the country. It's just a skeletal ghost town.
Ignoring us is ignoring the nation welfare and economy.
Simply to sell the life is like a hell.
Another year, another election, more broken promises and a total lack of hope in Kolar. And a countdown is over. Campaigning is over in this election. 2 days to go. We're going to get you everything that's happened on this final day. It's been riveting as usual. And the breaking news, like I told you just now, is at the stroke of 5, the campaign has finally ended. Campaigning is over in the big, aggressively fought, very ill-tempered Karnataka election. The dice is loaded, the decks are cleared for millions of voters in Karnataka to go and exercise their franchise on the 12th of May between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. right across the state, with the results of this election to be announced on the 15th of May. The big question, nobody can do any more campaigning after what has been a non-stop few weeks of blitzkrieg high-voltage rallies. Now the fight is locked. There can be no more campaigning of any kind. Can Chief Minister Siddaramaiah retain power, or will the Modi magic work in Karnataka as well? That's the fundamental question being asked on the big Karnataka election, being seen as the big semi-final before 2019. Well, the day, it has taken really nobody by surprise that today as well, like all of the last few days, was marked by a big face-off, a big collision between Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi kicked things off by addressing BJP Karyakartas once again through the Namo app. Rahul Gandhi held a press conference with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who was at that press conference here in Bengaluru. Rahul Gandhi went on record to say that this was a war of ideologies and the Prime Minister was an angry man who needed to let go of his anger. The Prime Minister yesterday had called Rahul Gandhi a dynast, whose arrogance made him believe that he could be Prime Minister one day.
This is a fight between the spirit of Karnataka and the RSS. We are very clear. We don't want a barrage of leaders from outside this state to come here and fight for us. We are depending on our extremely solid leadership from Karnataka, and we are raising the voice of the people of Karnataka. The RSS is attacking Basavana, it is attacking your language, it is trying to decimate your way of life, and we will not allow it to do so. The Prime Minister said it was a very good deal, and I agree with him. It was a very good deal, but it was a very good deal for the Prime Minister and his businessman friend, who is 45,000 crores in debt, who has never built an aeroplane in his life. They have taken away jobs from HAL, the youngsters of Karnataka, thousands and thousands of technical jobs of the highest value addition could have come to Karnataka, but Mr. Narendra Modi chose to give that deal to his friend. Our Prime Minister comes and says he fights for corruption. Well, on his stage is Mr. Yedurappa, his chief ministerial candidate, who has spent time in jail. Let me repeat that. Who has spent time in jail for corruption, for stealing from the people of Karnataka. On the other side, Reddy brothers, who have stolen as much money from Karnataka as the Congress party gave for Narega. Why he doesn't explain to the people of Karnataka why the Central Bureau of Investigation has become the Central Bureau of Illegal Mining and is being used to protect these people. We've put a manifesto out. We've clearly said, have any conversation you want with us. Let's talk about farmers. Let's talk about IT. But that conversation is not forthcoming. And frankly, it's insulting to the youngsters. It's insulting to the youngsters when the Prime Minister comes and tries to make this election about me or, something ridiculous. I don't think they understand the meaning of the term Hindu. Because the term Hindu is a perspective, it's a viewpoint. And it is something that is in the heart, it is imbibed, and it lives with you throughout. So that statement, election Hindu, is a demonstration of how they view their religion. I don't view my religion like that. We will defend the rights of Dalits, we will raise Dalit issues. The question is, when Mr. Rohit Vemula is killed, Mr. Narendra Modi doesn't say a word. When people in Una are beaten, humiliated, our Prime Minister doesn't say a word. Our Prime Minister gives as much money in the whole of India to Dalits and tribals. Half of that money Karnataka government gives. Let me rephrase that. Karnataka government gives half of the money that the entire Indian government gives for Dalits and tribals. This is something for the Indian government to be ashamed of.
And I want to find out what our National Affairs editor Rahul Srivastav thinks about this final day of campaigning. Typically pretty an ill-tempered day, very aggressive. Rahul Gandhi playing it very cool, putting a spotlight, Rahul, on the Prime Minister's anger, calling this a battle of ideologies. How are you, Rahul Srivastav, reading this final day of campaigning now?
Shiv, the campaigning has ended in terms of open campaigning, but I think campaigning will not stop till the time the last vote has been cast. What we can say is that from today onwards, 5 o'clock onwards, the BJP, RSS, Congress and other workers are going to start a new series of door-to-door meetings with voters. They're going to meet influence groups. What we can say is I think that one of the most ill-tempered campaign, one of the most bitter campaigns, it seems, has ended as far as Indian history is concerned. Two leaders, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, also Shiva, you should remember that this is, I think, first election after Gujarat where Rahul Gandhi has given almost everything, even tried to use the fact that he is ready to be the Prime Minister as perhaps
Yeah.
a bait to the voters that when they vote for Siddaramaiah this time, they could well be the voting for the Congress party, which may come to power next time around in 2019. The Achhe Din promises perhaps begin in a subtle manner for the Congress party. If you see the campaigning, the manner in which it has
Yes.
happened, Rahul Gandhi talking about the fact, trying to not talk. If you look at the campaign, you will barely remember what the promises are. What you will remember, the kind of bitterness that each of them have hurled over each other. Say, for example, Rahul
true.
Gandhi, when he addresses the press conference today, he talked about attacking the RSS because the RSS is the one which is going down to the grassroots and helping the BJP's effort. He talked about the Prime Minister that he has got anger in him. There is an attempt in the campaign by both the leaders,
Right.
both the parties, to malign each other than actually find reasons for the voters to
Okay.
vote for them. That, I think, is the biggest underline. I think this election can be remembered as a make or break
Absolutely.
election for 2019. I think it will also set the tones for the future alliances.
Yeah.
Because if BJP loses, allies will be worried. If Rahul Gandhi loses, he may not get allies. I think this very crucial election.
Okay. Let's find out what the other side thinks now. Rahul Gandhi held that press conference. Thanks very much, Rahul, for joining us with that perspective. Rahul Gandhi spoke out at that press conference. A short while ago, BJP President Amit Shah also addressed a press conference in Badami, where he also had a road show and several meetings. Let's listen into what the BJP President said.
आप क्या अपेक्षा करती है? राहुल गांधी हमारे वखान करेंगे क्या? उनको यही कहना है, क्योंकि कहने के लिए और कोई मुद्दा नहीं है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कर्नाटक के विकास के लिए क्या क्या किया जा सकता है, ये सारी बातें हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं से बात करते वक्त मीडिया के माध्यम से सामने रखी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के बूथ स्तर के कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ प्रधानमंत्री ने सीधा संवाद किया कि आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये संदेश लेकर कर्नाटक के हर घर में जाइए, कर्नाटक की जनता को बताइए, बूथ में आपके वोटर्स को बताइए। मैं नहीं मानता किसी प्रधानमंत्री ने सीधे बूथ स्तर के पदाधिकारियों के साथ, मैं तो करता रहता हूं, घूमता हूं तो, परंतु प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कर्नाटक के सभी बूथ स्तर के कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ बात की। यहां पर 5 साल तक कांग्रेस की सिद्धरामैया सरकार चली है और मुझे कहने में कर्नाटक के अंदर लगभग 50,000 किलोमीटर की मेरी यात्रा हुई है। मुझे कहने में कोई झिझक नहीं है कि आजाद भारत की सबसे विफल और निकम्मी सरकार सिद्धरामैया सरकार रही है। कर्नाटक की जनता जगह जगह पर कर्नाटक की जनता का गुस्सा सिद्धरामैया सरकार के खिलाफ अनुभव करने को मिला है, देखने को मिला है और बहुत वोकल होकर कर्नाटक की जनता ने इसको सार्वजनिक किया है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी और राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ के 24 से ज्यादा कार्यकर्ताओं की निर्मम हत्या कर दी है और सरकार इसको पॉलिटिक्स का एक हिस्सा मानती है। हत्यारों को पकड़ने के लिए, हत्यारों को एक्टिव करने के पीछे षड्यंत्रकारी जो है उनको पकड़ने के लिए किसी भी प्रकार का कोई अप्रोच सरकार का दिखाई नहीं पड़ता।
Let's go straight live to our reporters. Ashutosh Mishra live with us this evening from Badami. We also have Nagarjun Dwaraknath from Bengaluru, where there has been a back-to-back series of explosive, so-called explosive press conferences from both sides. Ashutosh, to you first, from the crucial seat of Badami, the second seat from where incumbent Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will be fighting from. Amit Shah choosing to spend the last day of campaigning there in Badami. No coincidences. This is the big fight, Ashutosh.
Well, indeed, Shiv, and good evening. And what is happening here in Badami, since the poll campaign has almost completed, and look at these pictures, that how situation is so calm here. The people are sitting out on the road. There is no noise, no speaker, nothing, because everything has finally stopped. Now, with regards to this Badami seat is concerned, the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has chosen to contest from this seat along with Chamundeshwari. And why it is crucial? Because Siddaramaiah believes that the Ahinda factor that he plays on, that includes the SC vote, the Lingayat vote, the OBC vote, where he was very much confident that Ahinda factor will work in his favor. But then BJP, BJP, the way they gave us tough fight to Siddaramaiah by projecting Sri Ramalu, one of a tribal leader, and this Badami seat has huge number of tribal voters. So what BJP thought, this seems like really a tough fight what BJP is giving, be it in Chamundeshwari, be it in Badami. If you remember what Siddaramaiah has been alleging, that how BJP and JDS actually conspiring him against in Chamundeshwari.
Yes.
And today in the road show that was held by Amit Shah, BJP Supremo, it was very much clear that it is not actually going to be cup of tea with for Siddaramaiah here in Badami. Shiv.
Absolutely. It's very, very interesting. I mean, we can't even say that each constituency is more interesting than the last, because they're all amazingly intriguing in their own right. Nagarjun, here in the Karnataka state capital, the voter ID scandal has sort of grabbed all the attention in this final stretch before polling happens. What's going to happen there in Rajarajeshwari Nagar? Is that election going to be postponed? Is it going to be cancelled? What's going on? Because the people of Bengaluru will be wondering, thousands of voter IDs just lying there. Someone must answer.
Well, that's true. The suspense is still yet to get over about how this constituency number 154, Rajarajeshwari Nagar, will be counter-mandate or not the assembly elections, because the deputy commissioner from Delhi has landed in Bengaluru this morning. He's been given a report by the state CEO, State Election Commission CEO. The deputy commissioner is going through the detailed report that has been given by the State Election Commission. Only then they would be taking a final call if the election should be counter-mandate. Remember, there's already one more constituency in Bangalore, Jainagar, which has been countermanded because of the death of a BJP MLA who was given ticket.
Yes.
Right now, again, the demand from the BJP is that if 10,000 odd genuine voter IDs were seen in an apartment in Jalalli, which comes under RR Nagar constituency, it clearly shows that certain number percentage, where the parties, either be it BJP, Congress or any other party, had tried to influence the voter in a systematical way so that they could collect these cards and make sure that these voters will not go vote on that day. So that remains to be seen if the Election Commission will countermand and maybe hold it with the Jainagar constituency together.
It's going to be, it's going to be very important to see where this investigation goes, especially just a couple of days before polling actually happens. Campaign is over, but nobody knows what the truth is about the voter ID scandal in Rajarajeshwari Nagar right here in Bengaluru. Thanks very much, Nagarjun and Ashutosh, for joining me. Quick break here. Campaigning is over, but I want you to relive the 10 big highlights. Our reporters have been crisscrossing Karnataka to bring you the best. We've picked out the 10 most unforgettable moments from this historic.
ये कांग्रेस के नामदार सोने का चम्मच लेकर के पैदा हुए हैं, और ये सोना भी कोलार वाला नहीं, ये तो सोना विदेशों से भ्रष्टाचार से आए हुए सोने के चम्मच से पैदा हुए नामदार है.
In an hour-long speech, that was Prime Minister Modi's sole reference to the yet that makes this land famous. Kilometers away, the blare of the rally loudspeakers would barely have been heard here, with only the breeze disturbing a destroyed town. Welcome to the historic Kolar Goldfields.
Once literally the source of India's sheen, the Kolar goldfields that we're reporting from today are now locked in a web of hopelessness, of desperation, and of unspeakable poverty. We're reporting here from the Cyanide Mountain, part of what is a broken land of mines, deep within which gold was once abundantly available. But in election season, as politicians continue to pour in only to ask for votes and never to mention anything about reviving this once glittering land, the big question is there any gold left in Kolar, or is it hopelessness all the way?
Hopelessness is easily the most available commodity here at Kolar Gold Fields. A land that was once the principal source of India's favorite metal has now been reduced to a shadow, where the only metal on any kind of display is endless miles of rust. The Prime Minister wasn't the only VVIP visitor to the district that houses the abandoned goldfields. Earlier this week, Congress President Rahul Gandhi hopped onto a bicycle not far from here to attack the central government on the raging fuel prices. And like the Prime Minister, Rahul too did not have a word for the desperate gold mining town nearby.
Everywhere in this town, you can see the remains of what was once the center of this town's economy, making it famous all across India and all across the world. We're in the town now and we're going to be speaking to Mr. Jayakumar. He's now a trade union leader. He's been an engineer with the mines as well. Mr. Jayakumar, it's about the politicians, whether it's the Congress, whether it's the BJP, state government, center. Have they done anything at all in the last few years, in the last decade, since this mine has been, everything has shut down here?
No. See, after the closure of the mines, we have been totally ignored. This is both central as well as state government responsible for ignoring a huge chunk of people here. And I can also tell and blame both the state and central government. They are crying for the agrarian crisis. You see, after the closure of mines during 2001, out of the 3,500 employees who left the job, I have a data. 1,500 people have already died due to occupational disease and mental stress. No government is bothered, despite a clear direction from the National Human Rights Commission to look into the crisis here. Even the National Human Rights Commission direction also been thrown to the dust. Unfortunately, both the Congress president or BJP president, including the Prime Minister, failed to address our issues. At least what we want is a CBM, confidence building measure. But you see, they are repeatedly ignoring Kolar goldfields. Ignoring us is ignoring the nation welfare and economy. So this is what I see. They are not much interested to revive on their own. They have some vested interest.
It is said that the gold under Kolar's dry crust was first discovered in the 1st century AD, with the Chola dynasty harnessing it further. But with truly gold mining at a large scale starting under British rule in the later half of the 19th century. In 2001, the mines were shut down after well over a century of continuous gold production. Ever since, a steady stream of broken vows have haunted the town, with politicians promising to revive gold mining, only to break those promises once elections were finished.
For nearly 2 decades, politicians have sold what is called a golden dream to the people of Kolar. They've been sold a huge vision of these broken lands being revived and gold production resuming. It's never really happened because in the nearly 2 decades since these gold fields were shut down, election after election, the politicians come here, they canvass for votes, they sometimes make some promises, but not a single one of them has yet been delivered. Rahul Gandhi, Prime Minister Modi, they've been here this election season as well, but Kolar is still in hopelessness.
They didn't know this. This KGF mines having gold, they didn't know. We are the people to explain them. And MECL, after the BJP government, the MECL sent, after our intervention, they done. They're waiting for the reports. But still there lot of gold, the politician was not correct here.
ராகுல் காந்தி வந்தார், அவர் வந்து ஜெனரல் ஆல் இண்டியா லெவலில் பேசிட்டு போயிட்டார். கேஜிஎஃப்பை பற்றி பிஜிஎம்எல்லை பற்றி ஒரு வார்த்தை பேசலை. அதே சேம் மோடி வந்தார், பேசினுக்கிறாரு. அவரும் வந்து ஃபியூச்சருக்கு கேஜிஎஃப்க்கு என்ன செய்கிறோம், பிஜேபிக்கு என்ன சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம் அந்த இதுவும் சொல்ல. ஆல் இண்டியா லெவலில் இவர் அழக அவர் ஒழுக இது கத்தின்னு போகிற மக்களுக்கு அன்றாடம் தேவைன்னா இவங்க வாழறதுக்கு உரிமைக்கு என்னென்ன கொடுக்கலாம், அரிசி கொடுக்கலாமா, பருப்பு கொடுக்கலாம், வீடு கொடுக்கலாமா, இந்த மைண்ட் இல்லை. இங்கே ஃபேக்ட்ரியே கிடையாது. சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் ஒரு ஃபேக்ட்ரி போடலாம், இவ்வளோ லேண்ட் இருக்குது, அதை பேசவே மாட்டாங்க. இவர் வந்தால் அவரை திட்டுறாரு, அவர் வந்தால் இவரை திட்டுறாரு. ஆனால் எங்களுக்கு ப்ரொடக்ஷனுக்கு இதுக்கு ஒன்றும் வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. ஃப்யூச்சரு மக்களை வாழ வைக்கலாம், அதுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பை கொடுக்கல. ஏதோ வராங்க அரசியல்வாதிங்க ஏதோ பேசுகிறாங்க, ½ அன் ஹவர் ஆச்சா மீட்டிங் க்ளோஸ் போயின்னு இருக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் இந்த ஊரை பற்றி, இந்த மக்களை பற்றி, இந்த வருங்கால குழந்தை குட்டிகளை பற்றி ஒரு வார்த்தை வேலை வாய்ப்பு இல்லாத இருக்கிறாங்க. டெய்லி ட்ராவல் கேஷுவல் லேபர் டிசிஎல்ல பெம்எல்ல 5000 தொழிலாளி கேஷுவல் லேபர் செய்துருக்கிறான். அவனுக்கு அப்பாயின்மெண்ட்டு கிடையாது. அவன் காத்தால போனால் ராத்திரிக்கு வரான், பொண்டாட்டி பிள்ளைய பார்க்க முடியல. வேலை கொடுத்தா கொடுப்பாங்க, இல்லைனா இல்லை. அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு அப்பாயின்மெண்ட்டு சிறுக சிறுக செய்து கொடுக்கலாம். அந்த மைண்டே வந்து அரசியல் தலைவர்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கூட இல்லை. ஏதோ நாங்கள் ஓட்டு போடணும், அவங்க ஜெயிச்சு போடணும், அதோட அவங்க பெரிய ஆள் ஆயிடுறாங்க. ஆனால் நாங்கள் இன்னும் அடிமட்டத்திலேயே வாழ்ந்துருக்கிறோம்.
Looking at the shattered shell of remnants, rusting remnants in the town of Kolar Goldfields, it's very, very easy to forget that this was once a flourishing gold producing part of the country. It's just a skeletal ghost town nearly. Well, 2 to 3 years ago, there was actually a plan to revive these gold fields. There were foreign companies, one of them from Australia, which were invited in to check the viability of the mines. Tenders were floated, partnerships were hunted for within India, but no decision has been taken so far, and that's added to the chronic hopelessness in Kolar.
This is actually the Union of India and their bureaucracy has to feel shame on them. During the time of closure, they have reported that there is no viability on gold. Their gold ores are depleted. That was a report. Shamelessly, you see the latest report filed by the government of India. There is a proven net worth of around 25 million ton of gold is available in Kolar gold field, conducted by their own agency called Mining Exploration, that is called MECL. Their report is there. Provided we are also having. See, KJP is such a blessed place. We have abundance of gold reserves. We can do mining for another century, not for few years. So they should feel ashamed for misleading the nation, for misleading the court, and putting us into such a drastic situation here, sir.
An entire generation of children and youth born after the gold mines shut down have experienced none of Kolar's golden era. Their playgrounds now stand dotted with the haunting remains of the towering contraptions that once burrowed thousands of terrifying feet into the earth to bring out gold.
Well, what you're looking at right now is basically the heart of what was once the gold mining operation here in Kolar Goldfield. If you look down into this shaft, it's pretty scary. We can't even see the bottom. This is from where the gold was actually mined and pulled out. It's a dark, deep mine shaft, many hundreds of meters into the earth. And the only thing that's left of what this structure, which lies at the heart of gold mining here in Kolar, is a skeletal, shattered, rusted structure. As you can see, the foliage has completely claimed this area. The gold would be brought out of these shafts until about 2000, 2001. As you can see, there are tracks over here as well. The gold would be piled into containers and taken away in trucks, in trailers to a processing center. Now, this is all that's really left of it. And I can tell you, we've spent many hours here in Kolar. Structures like these, skeletal remains like these dot every part of the town. There's nothing left of the gold mining operation but corpses of an industry that once flourished here.
So, BJML நான் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருந்தேன். கிட்டத்தட்ட 20 பேர்ஸ் நான் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு வெளியே வந்துட்டோம். அது வரலும் நம்ம எதுக்கும் எந்த விதமான சோர்ஸும் கிடையாது, ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. நாங்கள் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு ரொம்ப அவதிப்பட்டு கட்சியில் வந்து நம்ம ஜெயக்குமார் சார்கிட்ட வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து ஒரு யூனியனில் வந்து நாங்கள் அடங்கி ஏதோ நாங்கள் அந்த எல்லாருக்கும் அந்த 11 கோடி ரூபாய் அவர் வந்து எப்படி வாங்கி கொடுத்துட்டு திரும்ப எகெயின் வந்து கர்நாடகா கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கிட்ட அக்ரிமெண்ட் பண்ணார். ஒரு 5 கோடி ரூபாய்க்கு 500 கோடிக்கு அக்ரிமெண்ட் பண்ணார். இதுவரையிலும் எந்த ஒன்றும் ப்ரொபோஷன் பண்ணல. இல்லை. இதுவரையில நான் எப்படி வாழுறது, எப்படி பண்ணுறது. ரெண்டாவது கோர்ட்டு டைரக்ஷன் கொடுத்துச்சு, இந்த மாதிரி வந்து 50% வந்து விஆர்எஸ் ஆனவங்களுக்கு அந்த யார் கம்பெனி எடுக்கலாம் அவங்க எடுத்துக்கலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த காசு கொடுக்கலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்க சொன்னாங்க. அதுக்கும் இதுவரையிலும் எந்த வழி வரல. இதுவரையிலும் நம்ம 1500 பேருக்கு தொழிலாளி இதுவரையிலும் எக்ஸ்பர்ட் ஆகிட்டோம். இது மேலே நாங்கள் இருக்குமா இல்லையான்னு எங்களுக்கு டவுட்டாக இருக்குது. எந்த கவர்மெண்ட்டும் எங்களுக்கு எந்த விதமான ஹெல்ப் இல்லை. அது என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னு ஏசு வரேன்னு தெரியாது சார். இருக்கிற கொஞ்சமாவது நாங்கள் அதை காப்பாற்றினாக்கா அது ஆண்டவன் தான் எங்களுக்கு பொறுக்க முடியும். அந்த ஜெயக்குமார் சார் இருக்கிறனால தான் அதுக்குள்ளே போராடி அவருடைய இது எனர்ஜி வேஸ்ட் ஆகின்னு இருக்குது. யாரும் விதமான சப்போர்ட்டும் இங்கே இல்லை. அந்த நிலைமையில் வாழ்ந்துக்கிறேன் சார். பொண்ணு
we were fighting for the last 25 years also. We are in the union before also. But the people, the officials are not correct here. They made me to close this one. Because of the mismanagement, they closed this such a big company.
See, the Union of India, after implementing the MMDR, they are offering the state government to take over the assets. The state government equally ignoring the offer made by the union government, telling the reason that huge liability burden they are putting on the state government. What will happen? This crisscross and what will happen? Blame game by both the agencies put into a lot of trouble. I can equally blame the union government and central government failed to take up this such a flourishable and company which is going to become huge economic to both the state and the central government. Ridiculous to find why both the governments are ignoring when there is abundance of resources available. You can earn so much revenue here. What made you to ignore? Who's playing behind you? They have to answer before the people.
They say that 1 ton of material here on Cyanide Mountain would yield almost a gram of gold. All told on this mountain, about 25,000 crore rupees worth of gold is possibly available. But the miners and engineers here in Kolar actually say that if the mines are revived, if they continue to dig beneath the earth, they could mine more gold, thousands of tons perhaps, for over a century longer.
But there's truly nothing left here. Hopelessness sits a heavy shroud over everything here at KGF. Former mine workers are exhausted, being angry for nearly 2 decades. The suffering of families is now part of this stricken landscape.
My family has suffered a lot, not in a position. We are given ERS after 50 years. 10 years I where and go get an employment. We are the coolies. Going to Bangalore, we get something. We know that before 92 when the company go to BFA, we know, oh, this company will be closed because of the mismanagement. They done a lot, looted everything here. Everything, no missionaries are here. They are living a life, going to Bangalore daily, coolies, not getting his job. After our children's, after they are in 10th standard, 5th standard, we send out. After the closure, their education is stopped. She going for Bangalore. Within 13 years, 15 years, they're going for the coolies.
There's nothing left here in Kolar. We've traveled right through the town. It's completely broken. There's no industry left. There are no companies. And ever since the gold fields actually shut down 2 decades ago, there are no jobs, there are no opportunities. So there's an entire generation of young people who've got nothing to do, no livelihood. And that's the reason why over 25,000 of them, young and old, men and women, pile into a train on that track behind me here in Kolar and head straight for Bengaluru. Many of them are educated. Many of them are engineers. They have degrees, but they're forced, because of the desperation of this place, to become painters, menial labor, and we've even heard much, much worse.
25-year-old Krishnamurthy is struggling to keep up with a job in Bengaluru. As well as a diploma, he's unable to finish.
What do the engineering students do? How are they surviving? How are they keeping up their spirit?
Life is like a hell. Simply to say that the life is like a hell. We are traveling every day. Only one day, Sunday is the week off for me. but we cannot finish our studies completely because we don't have time to study. So the backlog is there for that reason. I have studying. So this is the 5th year I am studying diploma. Only 3 years, that is, I am studying 5th year because of that.
Defence public sector firm BGML acquired hundreds of acres of land here years ago and builds heavy earth-moving equipment near the Kolar gold field. But even this industry does not provide permanent employment, instead enlisting casual labour from the town, thrusting it into ever more uncertainty. The impoverished settlements here are full of youngsters who have no choice but to travel out to work. The dead mines are only a reminder of how pathetic life is here. Their parents have long given up expecting things to get better. But when they saw India Today's cameras, they found a voice.
நம்ம வீட்டில் எதுவும் யாரும் வேலை செய்யறதில்ல, இப்படி ஆடுக்கிட்டு பார்த்துக்கின்னு அப்படி சாப்பிட்டுக்கிறோம். ஓட்டு மாத்திரம் வந்து கேட்குறாங்க, ஓட்டு வாங்கிட்டு போயிடுறாங்க. நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுறது? பிள்ளைங்களை வச்சுக்கின்னு படிக்க வைக்கிறதா, சாப்பிட்றதா, துணியை கட்டுறதா, எப்படி ஒன்றும் இல்லாத சொல்லுங்க இல்லையா? மைண்ட்ஸ் இந்த கதியாக இருக்குது. எங்கே வேலைக்கு போகிறாங்க? ஒன்றும் இல்லை. பெங்களூருக்கு போகிறாங்க, பெயிண்ட் வேலைக்கு தான் போகிறாங்க நிறைய பேர். எங்கள் பையன் கூட பெயிண்ட் வேலைக்கு போகிறான், காலை ஒடிச்சிக்கின்னுக்கிறான், சாப்பாடு இல்லாத தனியாக வீடுங்க இருந்துக்கின்னு அப்படி இப்படிக்கிறாங்க. என்ன பண்ணுறது? யார் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறதுக்குறாங்க? முதல்ல கவர்மெண்ட்டை ஒன்றும் செய்யறதில்ல. நம்மக்கிட்ட வந்து வாங்குறாங்க, போயிடுறாங்க, அவ்வளோதான். ஏமாற்றி வாங்கிட்டு போயிடுறாங்க, ஓட்டுங்களை வாங்கிட்டு போயிடுறாங்க. ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. நம்ம போய் ஒரு வீட்டில் வேலை செஞ்சு நம்ம சாப்பிட்டா தான் நம்மளுக்கு இல்லையா? நம்ம கஷ்டம் நம்மளுக்கு. சும்மா தான் இதெல்லாம் வந்து நீங்கள் கூட சொல்கிறேன், சும்மா தான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணுறது செய்கிறதெல்லாம் ஒரு ஹெல்ப் இல்லை யாருக்குமே.
Without work, many people are suffering here. They're traveling for Bangalore. Early morning 3 o'clock they are going in the train. 8:30 train they are coming, and 10:30 train, last train they are missing, and they're coming in the bus. And lots of problem here. Some of them are in running, they are entering in the train and getting accident. Like that, suffering more without work. If here any industries are coming here, then it will be good for young ones, and for ladies also. If any garments or something else come here, it will be good.
Do you feel this place has been ignored by politicians? They don't give any importance.
Yes, really, because if they have interested, they would have done anything here. Their one industry or something here, and it will be good, no, for young ones or traveling, because they don't have interest, just they want vote, that's all.
பிஜிஎம்எல்ல நான் ஒரு 35 இயர்ஸ் சர்வீஸ் பண்ணேன். லோ பேமெண்ட், வேர்ல்டுலேயே 10,000 ஃபீட்டு கீழே போய் வேலை செய்கிறோம். மேலே வந்தாக்கா 3,000, 4,000, 4,500 மினிமம், அவ்வளோதான். வாலண்டரியில் கம்பல்சரி வாலண்டரி பண்ணாங்க. வெறும் 2 lakhs 2.5 lakhs தான் கை கட்சிது. அதனால் ஃபேமிலி மெயின்டைன் பண்ண ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். ஹோட்டல்கார் கூட ஒரு நாளைக்கு கூலி செய்தால் 250 கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஆனால் எங்களுக்கு அந்த விதமான சலுகை இல்லை, ரேஷன் இல்லை, ஒன்றும் இல்லை, ஃப்யூச்சர் பிளான் எதுவுமே இல்லை. அதில் ஃபேமிலி ரொம்ப சஃபர் ஆகுது. எதனா மாற்று திட்டம் எதனா பண்ணி ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் போடுவாங்க எதிர்பார்த்தாக்கா, அதுவும் இந்த அரசியல் ரீதியில் டிலே ஆகினே இருக்குது. ஒருத்தர் சொல்கிறாங்க கோலாரில் போடலாம், சீனிவாசம் போடலாம். ஆனால் கேஜிஎஃப்பில் 12,500 ஏக்கர் நிலம் ஃப்ரீயாகுது கவர்மெண்ட். இது அதை யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டுறாங்க. அதனால் எங்களுக்கு பெரிய கஷ்டம். ட்ரெயினில் வந்து ஒரு நாளைக்கு 25,000 ஜனம் வருது. பெங்களூர், கேஜிஎஃப் டு பெங்களூரு 25,000 பீப்புள்ஸு, லேடிஸு அண்ட் ஜென்ஸு. அவங்க காத்தால் 6:30 மணிக்கு போனாங்கன்னா ராத்திரி 9 மணி 10 மணி சூரியனை பார்க்குறதே இல்லை, குழந்தை குட்டியை பார்க்குறதில்ல, பொண்டாட்டி பேச முடியல. எகைன் நைட்டு தூங்கிட்டு காத்தால் திருப்பி ஓடணும். இதே ஒரு இது மாதிரி ஜவ் மாதிரி இழுத்துன்னு போயின்னுக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் இந்த ஊருக்கு டெவலப்மெண்ட் பண்ணனாக்கா கவர்மெண்ட் எதனா மனசு வச்சு ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் போட்டுட்டு 12,500 ஏக்கர் ஆகுது. ரயில் கோச் வருதுன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க, வந்து ஒரு 1,500 ஏக்கரை தேவைப்படுறதுக்கு எவ்வளோ லேண்டு காலியாகுது. அந்த லேண்டில் போட்டாங்கன்னா இந்த கேஜிஎஃப் மக்கள் வாழறதுக்கு, ஃப்யூச்சர் நல்லா இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல வாய்ப்பு இருக்கும். ஆனால் சர்க்கார் எங்களுக்கு கவனிக்கவே மாட்டேங்குது. எங்களுக்கு வர வேண்டிய டியூஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது, அதுவும் செட்டில்மெண்ட். ஒவ்வொரு முறை கேஸ் போடணும். கேஸ் போட்டு ஆடுறதுக்கு 3-4 இயர்ஸ். இது வரைக்கும் ஒரு 1500-2000 பேர் தொழிலாளி செத்துட்டுருக்குறான். அவனுக்கு சில்லிகாஸ் நோய், கென்னியில் வேலை செய்து அவனுக்கு சில்லிகாஸ். அந்த நோயினே லொக்குன்னு இரும்பி சளி வந்து மூச்சு திணறி எல்லாம் போட்டு சீக்கிரமாக சுடுகாட்டுக்கு போயிடுறான். அவங்களுக்கு எந்த விதமான நிவாரணமே இல்லை. ஹெல்பிங். ரெண்டாவது, வேலை விட்டு வெளியே வரும்போது எங்களை வந்து மெடிக்கல் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும், அதுவும் பண்ணல. விஆர்எஸ் போங்கன்னு போட்டு லாக் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. February மாதம் 28 லாஸ்ட் அட்டெண்டன்ஸ்.
Everybody knew the name Kolar at one time. It was an easy general knowledge questions in quizzes. A curiosity just a couple of hours outside Karnataka's glittering capital. But that story is over. And 3 short years from now, KGF will mark 2 decades of nothingness.
Another year, another election, more broken promises and a total lack of hope in Kolar. The elders here we've been speaking to say they've lost all hope of even being alive to reap any benefits if they happen in the future, in the unlikely event that they do. And for the younger generation, they've already forgotten. They didn't even know what it's like to be golden. With video journalist Shivamurthy in Kolar Goldfields, Karnataka, Shiva Root for India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.